Ed Ryan and we in the news media and Paul Matthews and the city police are all said to be part of a ploy to get publicity, and as Matthews himself said, to pump up the volume on Main Street. Civil disobedience is nothing new for many Richmonders who remember the sit-ins and demonstrations of the 50s and 60s. David Wayne talked today with a man who saw it from both sides of the TV cameras.
It was the camera that made it possible to bring sit-ins, demonstrations, and riots of the 60s, like this one in Birmingham, Alabama, into the homes of millions of Americans. The 6 o'clock news was able to show black Americans protesting segregation. Without TV, changes in civil rights laws would have taken longer. Just ask Linwood Corbett. He was there, marching with Martin Luther King Jr. and demonstrating right here in Richmond.
And the media focused in on what was going on, the civil disobedience and whatever, it made other people take notice to what's going on.
The question now is whether a new surge of civil disobedience is about to happen in Richmond. When School Ad Hoc Committee Chairman Paul Williams was arrested for allegedly disrupting a school board meeting, he said more acts would follow. What makes this case different than the 60s is that black groups are protesting two blacks, School Board Chairman Leroy Hassell and Councilman Roy West. That adds an interesting twist.
We could fight white people because we knew if we called him a snake, if that's what we want to call him, we knew where he was coming from. But when it's your own kind and you can't understand him because he don't understand you.
Corbett says today's young blacks aren't getting involved like young blacks in the 60s, and that could hurt their progress in the future. In Richmond, David Wayne, WTVR News 6.
Corbett says it's too early to tell if last night's incident will have any effect at all. He said he believes the demonstrations of the 60s and their coverage on TV did help to force basic